it's just going to be a blip.
I ordered a bunch of stuff like over a month ago, and a bunch of it came in. Not much, just few tables, chairs to top off my supply that I already have. If I have foresight, I might not have ordered as much. There's 36 dance floor panels there, so I'm excited about that. Although I don't think, or I might not be using those dance floor panels, unfortunately, this summer. Certainly not as much as I would have hoped for. And you guys saw that little clip there. I'll play it again.
It's just going to be a blip.
For those who don't know, that's Scott Woodruff from a company called Tentalks. And I highly recommend you check them out if you're sort of bigger in the event rental industry. You already know of them. But link in the description. Now, Scott, I agree. Let's start that differently. I think when I listen to people talk about event rentals on YouTube, the words that come out of your mouth emanate experience. You're like my mentor who I never see, although you don't have too many videos out there. That might be something you want to do in the future. But obviously on absolutely every point when you're having a long conversation, you're not going to agree on every single point. I absolutely think that you should be approaching this situation calmly and level-headedly. But I also think it's time to adapt a little bit, because I don't actually think it's a blimp in time. I wish I made this video a couple weeks ago, because I had this feeling for quite some time. Mainly because I've been watching the trends with the swine flu. And I have a feeling it's kind of similar in that regard. Now, I know I have no right to really voice my opinion because I'm not a medical professional. My prediction, though, I can give a prediction, is that it's not a blimp in time. I think it's more like at least a year in terms of, this summer, the main core of the season, I feel like is not going to happen. So that's kind of my prediction. Now, use that prediction as you like. I don't think you should freak out. But I think somehow people should, if you have a business, you need to adapt. For example, if you do some construction rentals, maybe do more of those. I'm not going to tell you how to adapt because it's tough, because every industry is affected. And maybe, with government help, we can ride this out, decrease those expenses. I'm not here to give you a solution. I just wanted to mention that I think this is a longer term thing than most people are thinking. Now, I see that people are starting to realize that. At first, people thought maybe it's like a weekly thing. Now, certainly people think it's going to take months. But I think it's going to be maybe a year. I think for sure this season. I hope I'm wrong, guys. I really, really hope I'm wrong. But I think this season is mostly shot. Obviously, governments have gone to the extreme. And while before you could do, parties of under 250, then under 50, now it's basically nothing. And I think it'll get worse. I've heard some places might essentially make everything kind of be normal again. except for those people who are under like higher risk, older, they will have to self-isolate. But I think that was just like a suggestion. I think that was something to do with herd mentality or something of that sort. But so unless something like that happens, I think pretty much most businesses are, at least related to our business, event rentals, I think this season is kind of gone. And Scott, again, I really respect you. In fact, I think you're almost, if not, like if I would choose someone to have as a mentor, it truly would be you. And I know, that's the best thing. That's good advice. It's good media to say, it's just a blimp in time, let's move on. But I would suggest that if you can adapt, maybe try to adapt somehow, whatever that means for you. Oil companies here in my town are decreasing expenses by a lot, for example. That's just one simple, easy way to adapt. Obviously, you're probably going to decrease your expenses naturally. But I'm going to try to do it aggressively, offensively adapt. I don't quite know yet. I'm doing a lot of brainstorming. But yeah, I'm going to offensively adapt, decrease expenses, because my prediction, or I'm at this point assuming that this season is likely shot, especially for the summertime. There's already several large events that are not doing their event this summer. I do think, though, and I agree, that if we survive this, we'll come out on top afterwards, no matter how long it lasts. A year, 10 years. So, oh, did I say 10 years? I did not mean 10 years. I did not mean 10 years, please. Whether it lasts 2 months, 6 months, or 12 months, I think if you survive this, not everybody will. So you'll have less competition. People will be hankering to party, So I think everybody here in the event business, just hang in there one way or another. Again, I am offensively adapting. I don't know what you're doing. That's what I'm doing, just letting you know. Don't freak out. Don't freak out. That's very, very important. I agree with Scott on every other point. Will I get hate for this video? I don't know. Okay? But I just think that I play chess sometimes. And I notice my daughter, she plays chess as well. She's 8. And she sometimes loses because she's much more defensive than she is offensive. And I think sometimes you have to be a little bit offensive in your business strategy in order to survive. Sometimes the customers aren't just going to come to you. You got to go out there and fight for them. Guys, take it easy. Let's get some business done. We'll see you later.